Hello and welcome to the Footballers Football Show with myself, Tam McManus, Scott Allan, Alan Ruff and our special guest, Chic Charnley. We're just actually speaking about it earlier, Chic, how many clubs we've all played for. I think Scott's 14, I'm 14 and I think you might beat the two of us.
I think it was 15 or 16.
Many red cards?
It's decent 17.
Well, it's great to have Chic with us today. We'll start off, Chic. How did you view yourself as a football player?
I knew I could play, but I just couldn't hold my temper. You know what I mean? The environment that was brought up and brought the worst out of me.
And would you say you were a cult hero at clubs, or did you at some clubs?
Most clubs I played at, the fans had a good rapport with the fans, but I would say that most so Thistle.
Partick Thistle. I think Partick Thistle's a club that he's most associated with.
Most definitely. I think if you go back there, obviously the years go on, there's a new breed of supporter, but for the supporters that were about Chic's era, he was a legend. That gets treated very, very lightly sometimes at Thistle. Yeah,
and Maverick players now, Scott, as you know, are kind of a dying breed. Chic was certainly a Maverick, same as yourself. Do you think there's still a place for a Maverick type player in a football team, or do you think when Messi retires that'll probably retire as well?
Yeah, I think there is place for a Maverick sort of player, but I think you need to have kind of all facets of your game now. You do need to do your work for the team. It's not a case of maybe when I first broke in, you're maybe playing higher up where on the turnovers you're, as you would say in football, cheating a bit, looking for that one to turn over, and then you're at the back four. I think now, obviously we watch a lot of football, a lot of it comes down to structure. You have to play to the structure, but try and, as much as you can, show that kind of freedom, which isn't easy in this day and age because so many managers just love that. This is how you play, you want to move you a bit like Jack Grealish at Man City, which we've seen a lot. It's kind of, for me, that sort of manager's hampered someone like Jack Grealish. So I don't want to say no, there isn't a place, because we all love these sort of players, but I think they have to adapt to the structure in football now as well.
Your career, Chic, have you any regret? Do you wish you'd...
I wish I'd applied myself better, but can't change it now, you know what I mean?
Aye.
Tough.
Aye, I think I've certainly got regrets in my career. I think when you're playing, you always think that you're right. I think when I look back, I always used to blame the managers. I used to blame the team for not creating chances. I think when you look back at it, you think to yourself, maybe I was a problem. I certainly was at certain clubs, but was Partick Thistle probably the club that you felt most at home at? Obviously, you travelled about a bit all over Scotland and Ireland, but was Partick Thistle kind of your club you felt at home at?
It's because of the gaffer, because of Lambie. He made me feel important, you know what I mean? But Thistle, as I say, I've signed there 4 times, but when I went to Hibs, realised how big a club Hibs were, and as you know yourself, and Scott and Ruffy will know that as well, but Hibs was massive, and I wish I could have went to a club like that earlier on in my career. I would get sent off quicker.
see, just going back to when you said that how your upbringing and you kind of carried that onto the pitch, how did that look for you, like how you grew up? Because a lot of people would say you can be a certain way outside of football, and as soon as you pitch you kind of change into a different person. How did that kind of lead to kind of...
It was just the way I was, and my nature on the park. I just react to things and think it was a personal thing, take it personal. No, I knew I would obviously change it, but I took it like, I knew they were winding me up, and then as soon as I done it, I was like, caught again.
And even after the 15th time, you would still react?
15th time. Actually, I ended up going junior for a year or something after that, and then I was ready. A guy booted me, and I got the ball, and I was ready to throw it at him, and I stopped, and the referee like that, see you learning. I was done. But it was hard. It was hard not to react. But again, obviously, I should be more professional about it and not done it.
It's a fine line, like, reacting and because you care so much about football, and you kind of get both sides of it.
But there was ones like I would say 3 or 4 sending offs ago, and I've looked back at it, pals of mine have looked back, and you see they weren't the red cards, and it would just be my reputation preceded me, and that's why. You know what I mean?
Willie Young tells a good story. I think Willie will mind if we tell his story.
No.
Chic was at Hibs, and Willie Young used to referee, obviously, and sent Chic off numerous times.
4 times.
So Hibs were playing. I don't know who they were playing, but anyway, they were coming out, and the referee, the mascot, came out for Hibs.
Celtic game.
The Celtic game, they came out for Hibs, and they went to the halfway line, and Willie Young was tossing the coin, and there's a wee lassie.
My daughter, aye.
Wee lassie says to Willie Young, "Going to no send my dad off the gate."
And Willie Young said, who's your dad? And Dan Young pointed out to me. Well, I hope she did. And Willie Young looked and done that. Well, I can't promise. There's another one talking about referees, wee Bob Tate, we know wee Bob, wee Bob, and he knew never about. So I got hit with a coin against the Rangers. I got hit with a coin, the two Bob, and I picked it up and I done that. Bob, what about him? He done that, chick son. I saw your worth.
Was there any like player at that time who really got under your skin that
Used to wind you up.
There was a lot, no, I mean, but it was most. I must have got under their skin more than anything. But Dan Jackson, and I'm pal with Dan. When I went to Hibs eventually, but we're playing St Mirren, we're playing Dundee United, and remember you used to come down the stairs, Ruffy, at Love Street, the director's side, both sides come down the stairs at half time. So Dan elbowed me a drawing just 5 minutes before half time. So I couldn't get him. So I waited in the tunnel, right? And so Davie Hayes come down with Jim McLean, and I've stood back, and I could see the ref, and Dan came in, I just smacked him. So knocked him clean out. So Davie Hay and Jim McLean seen it coming down the highway. So McLean's gone mental. So they two ended up in it. So anyway, cut long story short, after that eventually, Davie Hayes said, see, if you get caught for that, you were getting done. So anyway, never. So when I went to Hibs, I hadn't seen Dan since. And then Dan's with that. Wow. I said, so it was nothing. No, we shook hands and all that. But that was just another thing that happened. But I get embarrassed about it after it. You know what I mean? When you meet people. I mean, me and Dave McKinnon. You know what I mean? Dave McKinnon, when he played with Airdrie, and I was with Clyde Bank, and then he played with, I think it was I don't know if it was Rangers, and I was left wing or left mid, and he was right. And the two of you just on, just punching, you know what I mean? And then so, about...
It's a different sort of Maverick for me, Tam.
It was madness.
You running?
But there was a Monday afternoon, Dave ended up a rep for tenants, I think it was, roughly, you know what I mean? So we're in the pub in Porso, and it was no windies in it, so about 15 years, right, and on Monday afternoon, and he come in, and I hadn't seen him outside football, right? Dave McKinnon came in, and I hadn't seen him, as I say. He's come in to sell something to me, the guy Tam that owned the pub, and he's looked on the scene, oh, it's sitting, right? His face went pure, like, you know what I mean? But I went up to shoot on, but again, the after part was totally different.
The best one I remember was, funnily enough, we were just talking about earlier, like Colin McAdam. We used to play in the Glasgow Cup. Thistle used to play Celtic in the Glasgow Cup. We're playing them a midweek game, and the away dressing room at Thistle was getting refurbished. You know, the joiner had been in, taking all the panels off and putting stuff up. So it was sort of a half done, you know. So Big Colin and Tommy Burns are at it.
Duffy, I remember you ran up the tunnel.
They're at it each other. So two of them get sent off. So as they're walking off, Tam said, I'm having you. Paul McAdam's lying, I'm having you. We'll get in here. And as soon as they get in the door, Tam ran away down. Tam ran away down to the away dressing room and shut the door. Right. Big Colin's away after him, and Tam's behind the door going, come on, big man, I'll have you any time. He didn't know there was a big hole in the wall.
Aye. Talking about the Glasgow Cup, Jackie Hudson, we were the last team to win it, Thistle, right, and it was beat Clyde at Firhill before they went to youths. So we're walking around the park after the game, the gaffer's there, and old Jackie, God rest him, Jackie, he was the old school, the kit man and that. So a wee boy shouted to me, Chick, go here's your tap. So I've just threw the tap into the old shed, off, he threw it into the wee boy. So we walks around, and Jackie goes like, there's your tap. Right. I said, I gave it away. He's like, go and get it. And Lambie's got that. I said, Lambie said, go and get it. But Lambie was sticking his tongue out that. But that was all Jackie saying, go and get it.
Talking about John Lambie, what was he like as a coach?
He was, Duffy will tell you, he was good. No, I mean, he was... he never get the credit he deserved, but he was bonkers, you know what I mean? He was brilliant for me. I loved him, you know what I mean? We went to a game once, and it was up at Forfar. It was a right big cup tie, Tuesday night. So the gaffer named the team, and the two boys that was left out, they went out at the social club, right? So he's named the team. 15. It was only 15 in the squad you took at that time. So he's named them. So in the warm up, somebody got hamstring. The gaffer says to Jerry, Big Jerry Collins, go and get the two at that club, right? So he goes there and gets the two boys at the club. One was a drinker, one was teetotal. So he said to the drinker, he said, you get stripped, you're going second sub. The teetotal said, but gaffer, he said 4 pints. And the gaffer said, aye, he's better than you.
Aye, brilliant, John Lambie. Right, you need to tell us, I've got this written down, the time you were attacked by a sword. Tell us the story about that one.
That story, but it was a piece of nonsense, really. We were training up in Rockhill. I've told them many times. We're training up at Rockhill Park. No, I mean Rockhill Park, and there was everything on it. There was syringes, glass, and everything. So we're up there training. So a woman had walked with a wee dog, and it bit one of the boys' ankles 10 minutes before this happened. So these two young guys came up, and they had a dog. So we were wary because of what happened previously with the woman. So anyway, they recognised me and they were shouting. And I said, no, they come back at 12:30, think they wouldn't come back, right? So then they came back up, and one had a sword, and one had a dagger. So anyway, we go to half them, chase them down the hill, and anyway, they cut my horn, and then that was that. But that was it. But the better story of this was, my wife was in hospital, threatening a miscarriage, right? So I get stitched up with the doctor, and I goes up to the hospital and seen her sitting in the visit. 2:30, she says, what happened to your horn? I said, look, you know, between at Rockhill, slipping a wee bit of glass hen. She said, oh, that's a shame. So I goes up at the 7 o'clock visit. It was on Scotland Today. But that was, as I said, we trained anywhere. No, didn't we, Ruffy?
Same at Hibs. I mean, we were the same at, obviously, the training ground now. But you were at Hibs?
No, Hibs, Dundee United.
We used to just go and put goals on the van.
That's right.
Drive about there. I mean, a club the size of Hibs, drive about, and if there's a part there, set up the goals and set up the cones. Aye, it's totally different now. Just going on about your, obviously you went in trial famously with Celtic, the game against Man United. How close do you think you were signing for Celtic that day? Again,
getting back to that one, I was going down to that game. The season was finished, and I was going down. My pals down to watch the game, and Lambie phoned. I was in the pub on the Sunday, and the gaffer phoned the pub. We never had the mobile phones. Phoned the pub and says, I know. He phoned the pub, and
it was more incredible the fact that he knows you're going to be there.
Sunday afternoon.
So he phoned the pub, and the guy said, like, John Lambie on the phone, blah blah blah. Anyway, he said, Macari wants you to play this game tomorrow. I said, gaffer, I had must have been about 5 pints and about 10 vodkas, right? And it was only 3 o'clock. So anyway, he said, get yourself up the road, get your head down, and then go down. So anyway, goes up, but I phoned Macari and said I would travel down with my pals in the motor rather than go down the team bus. Met him at a hotel. Anyway, played the game, done all right. But after it, Thistle were going away to Portugal end of season, and Celtic were going to Canada for 3 weeks to play an end of season tour. But he never asked me. That was the galling bit about it. He never asked me to go to Canada to play in this game. So I'm aware there, and then it gets a phone call. You and Graeme phoned us up, God rest him. He phoned us up and says, he's out here saying if you were wanting to play for Celtic, you would have went. You know what I mean? But he never asked me. You know what I mean? So he just, I don't know what happened. So anyway, that was the end of that. You know what I mean? So.
But at least you get the opportunity to go and play for Celtic.
Again, Tam, it was more that it made it worse for me because if I knew it was a one game, I would have died happy. You know what I mean? But then it was being so close. You know what I mean? But that was the thing. But.
Was Lambie quite happy for you to go?
He was, because he was going to get a couple of quid. You know what I mean? They were going to get, I don't know what the money was, but they were going to get a few quid, so the year left. But he was happy.
So did you play against Man United with Celtic?
Mm-hmm. In the testimony match.
And you drove down on the day with the boys?
I drove down, but that was a good thing. I know. I drove down 4 of my pals in a motor, right? So we used to go to all the testimonials and that. So we drove down and we go to Southway, is it, Ruffy? Right? So we get there, right? So with other guys, so we're sitting with eating, I think it was chips and that, right? So, and then you look back,
wild.
It's mental. So we're sitting and we're eating and all that. So with the other pals coming into the game, and my pal Jai was going like, he's playing, right? I'm sitting there, talk rubbish. They tell you he's playing. They never knew. Then when I went out, no, what's happening?
Did you feel at that point you were good enough? Do you think you'd have?
I could.
You were good enough to go and play for Celtic.
Of course, I dare not be big. He did it because playing with better players obviously makes you better. You know what I mean?
Aye.
And then, but definitely, I could have played. Celtic in Borough.
Who was on that Celtic team at that time? Midfield.
John Collins was there. Who else was there?
Similar lifestyle with you.
I know.
Did you show him your six-pack?
A six-pack of lager. I can't mind.
Paul McStay there?
No, he was there. Nicholas was there, but he never played that game. Boydie wasn't there either. I can't remember.
I can't remember the Lou Macari Celtic. It was Carol Muggerton, guys like that, and Stuart Slater, and
No, they
Who's
were
it? Biggins.
Biggins, he was there.
No.
Barry Smith, I remember young Barry being there.
Aye.
But my memory's like a hen.
I think you might have got into that Celtic team. to be honest with you.
Who's any players?
Aye. We're talking about you've obviously played under various different managers. Who would you say the managers get the best out of you? Who would you think was the main manager?
Lambie, Duff was brilliant. Lambie was obviously, but Duff was brilliant with me. Duff knew everything about me, every single thing about us. He played with us at Thistle, played with us at Dundee and signed us for Dundee. But man managing, he was good that way. But other players as well. But Duff was excellent. You know what I mean?
Would he have known where you were on a Sunday?
Aye, Duff knew everything. You know what I mean? Duff knew. But again, people don't think I could train. You know what I mean? I could. You've seen it, Ruffy. I could go out and stay out and, and stay out 4 or 5 in the morning and go and train and be up there with the best of them. You know what I mean? But obviously, if I wouldn't have done it, I would have been
doing
better.
better.
You know what I mean?
You're talking about Jim Duffy. Well, Jim Duffy, I know he signed you for Hibs because you signed in the same year as I signed for Hibs as a YTS. I remember you as a player at Hibs. I remember not only the goal against Celtic, when Hibs went top of the league and we thought this could be Hibs' season. I think they get relegated that season. But your goal for the halfway line, was that again for Hibs?
That was
That was one of the best goals. And I remember Pat McGinley had done it as well.
He done it the next couple of weeks or something.
Aye.
But that was only time there was no cameras at the ground.
Aye.
And it was the League Cup.
Oh, you're
It
joking.
was the League Cup.
Is there no footage of this?
No.
Who was it against?
It was against Alaba, and I think it was
Aye, halfway line. I'm sure somebody
inside. It was inside.
there.
I was at the games. I was a young boy at the time.
It was
I at
inside
all the
main
games.
half,
Aye.
shooting up the slope. But the thing we got the
Coming onto it or out your feet?
no, it just
Always
got
in the
played to me.
ground,
Aye, and
aye.
I just stopped it. But they even used gives a brilliant big photo, 3 stills there. Right, I get a wee Hibs fan, but and it showed you. But there was no. Willie Young's brother was the ref that day, and there was no footage yet. And that's one of the obviously for that. But I done that in main half. Maybe I asked Duff about 4 times, just inside main half an hour.
Jim Duffy wasn't a bit messed with, was he?
No, again he was fair. No, I mean, but I'll tell you that there was one.
Oh, I've got a couple of stories about Duff.
We went out to. I'll tell you 2 stories about him. Right, we went out to Ireland. We Hibs. Aye, we're not Ireland pre-season. Now you go in pre-season, you're messing about and all that. So we're playing a team 1-0 at half time. We weren't even born, right? So I'm sitting right at the door, right? He's come in and he's getting his off pelters, right? And he's went, you know, he's pissed gaffer, right? And he's been like, you, right? And he's went, you're not playing again, right? So he's into his rant and he's been like, right, get out. So see if I took my boots off, I don't know, I just bolted out, right? We won 7-0, right? we all tried. And then the other one he done when Duff took his assistant at Clyde, right? He took his assistant at Clyde and Duff done all the coaching, he done everything, and then I was just there. So anyway, we got up to I think it was Elgin or something, to be like Elgin. So we signed Stevie Fulton's boy on loan on the Friday for Falkirk, right? No Jay, the other one.
Dale.
Aye, Dale. Lovely boy. So we signed him on the Friday. Duff hasn't got his phone number. So you know the assistant manager's job is to count the players in the bus, right? So I'm sitting, right? I haven't not counted them, right? So John Sweeney comes down with at Perth and he's went like, Chick, young Fulton's not on the bus. I said, aye, right. He says, Chick, I said, you kidding me on? He said, in that toilet? He says, you know there. I said, fuck, man. So Duff's sitting across from me. I said, Gaffer, I says, Fulton's not on the bus. He says, what? He says, Fulton's not on the bus. He went, Chick, you've got one job. Right? They all started calling me one job, right? So anyway, Duff gets a hold of him, phones him, phones Stevie Fulton, gets him. He said, what time will you be there? He said, 11 o'clock, but it was 10, so that was a wee bit of saving grace for me. So Stevie Fulton takes him up, so he goes up there, so Duff plays him. Duff puts him on for the start. He gets there just before us. Duff puts him on, we get beat 4-0 at half time, right? Oh, wow. Duff whips him off, right? I'm going, he's going to kill me. So after that, Duff's come in, gave him his due, he said his bit after the game. I think it was 5-0, man. They get beaten. Duff's thing was, he's going to do me in. So as the boys Fulton, his phone goes off, right? So instead of switching it right off, he's just done it and pressed it. After the game when Duff says, oh, Duff's get off, he's done it again, right? So then he said, is it okay if I get him with my dad? To me, I said, can I go with you? But Duff just, everybody knows Duff, he loved to coach, you know what I mean? He'd be a brilliant coach, you know what I mean? And he's been doing it for 100 years. But I'll tell you, one about Lambie, I don't know if you can put this in, but we went to a Lifetime Achievement Award for him, Ruffy. We Tam was emceeing it, Tam Cowan. So once John Lambie gets 4 or 5 whiskies, he goes a bit scatty, right? I normally get a new contract, I said. So this night he's took his quarter of whiskies, sitting there with his Big Jerry, his wife, the gaffer's wife, his 2 daughters, son-in-law. So Tam Cowns, gaffer's took his quarter of whiskies. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason we're here tonight, John Lambie services to football. Up you come, John. The gaffer staggers away up, right? Oh my God, I see you about what you're doing. It's my night, they're here for me. So he says, John, tell us, what was your greatest moment in football? The gaffer says, I'll tell you what it was, son. See, 4 months ago, I took my first Viagra. He says, see that wee woman there? I chased her around the house for 3 days.
His daughter's in there.
His daughter and his wife was there.
Wow.
But,
One of Hamilton Ackies.
Oh,
Hamilton Ackies play the year, a testimonial or something. And Big Jerry was his assistant. And we were at the top table. And it was a 10 on an envelope for like 500 quid, you know, at the end. So Lambie says to Jerry, put a 10 on that envelope for me. I've not got any money with me. So Jerry went, all right, gaffer. But he never put a tenner in it. He just put his name on it. Lambie won it. 500 quid.
you remember wee Fergie, Ruffy?
Oh,
Hamilton Ackies fan, aye. Get banned for every ground.
He used to wait for our bus coming in, right?
every bus.
Aye.
Every bus.
Into the ground and in and out.
Not job, Hamilton fan. mental, aye.
Oh,
Legendary.
guy.
He stood right at the door when the bus door.
Abused every player, every manager.
He done pelters, right? But he was waiting on our bus, Hamilton Ackies, so he's playing Hibs at Easter Road. So remember Jan Stepik, he was the owner of the Hamilton at the time, right? So we get there and Fergie's story and he says, John, I've missed my bus, can I go off time? The gaffer says, no, you're not going on the bus. He says, John, come on.
Is this Fergie guy?
Aye. That's where I left in the bus, our players' bus.
Okay.
So the gaffer does that, right? Go on that bus, Fergie. He was crazy, Scott. Every second word that comes out of him was a swear word. Go on that bus, go up the back and sit with him. If I hear one word, you're off the bus. Right, John, no borders. He goes on the bus, Ruffy. So just pulling out Easter Road. Jan Stepik's for chairman. He shouted, Stepik, you baldy. Give me money for these for players. This bomber's right. Right, we've done that. Lambie stopped the bus. Right off. Off the bus, he's doing that.
Honestly, you had
Oh,
to
he's
see him. He used
crazy.
to just stand it waiting in the bus.
It was crazy.
Every time you went there, now the thing, man. I was going through Hamilton. He stayed up in Blantyre or something like that. And I was driving up in the motorway in the back. I sees this guy in front of me, and the rain is absolutely teeming down. He's got 2 big carrier bags, you know. And I said, I'll stop and give the boy a lift, you know. It was my assistant, it was him.
Aye.
I goes, how you doing, Fergie? And he's like, what was he saying? I just says, where does he stay? He goes, hi, Blantyre. I says, in you get. So he gets in the car all the way up to Hamblin, not a word. He's just sitting there like, you know. So he gets to his road. Is this you here? And he goes, aye, that's me here. So he gets out the car and as I'm driving away, he's going, get out of me.
It was crazy. He done one. We're playing Rangers at Ibrox again. He's waiting for the bus coming in, right? Playing Rangers at Ibrox. But it was in the paper, it was in the record that morning, right? That Graeme Souness' marriage was in trouble, right? It was in the record. So he's waiting for our bus coming in, right? So we're just driving, we're just pulling in. We're getting off. Fergie's there. And just as that, Fergie's story, Graeme's coming along, right? So obviously Fergie's seen it in the paper. And everybody in Scottish football knew him, Scott, Fergie, right? And he's done an afternoon, Mr. Souness, Graeme done an afternoon, Fergie. And as soon as Graeme Souness is back, Mr. Me, Fergie said, you're not got your nookie tonight, eh? Souness was raging and we couldn't move. Oh, it was deadly, wasn't it, Ruffy?
It was. He used to, at that time, just a long story short, the Thistle were playing, I think it was Hibs were playing, but behind their goal was no supporters. It was just empty, you know, just an empty area behind the goal. So we're having the goals and the game's going on. All I could hear was, you're rubbish, Ruff. You're rubbish, Hansen. He was slaughtering the whole Thistle team. That turns in as him. He goes, what are you doing, Fergie? Oh, our game's off the day. Just like,
It was deadly, wasn't it?
Aye, you're speaking about Jim Duffy. Jim signed me from Dundee. And I think the first week I was at Dundee, we used to train. You probably trained there. It was about a mile, just in a kind of big park area in Dundee.
Camperdown or something?
Aye, Camperdown. It was about a mile for the training ground, for Dens Park where we get changed. And so Jim Duffy's 11v11 game a day, boys. I'll referee the game. So I was only in the door about a week. And so we're playing the game and somebody slips me through. It's tight and I get through and round the goal and score. Duff blows the whistle offside. I says, Gaffer, come on. It's a bounce game. You're not getting offside for that. Offside. He went, what did you say there? I went, I just said I wasn't offside. He went, no, what did you say?
Aye.
I went, He says, are we back to Dens Park?
Aye.
I says, I've not got my motor with me. Are we back to Dens Park? Go on.
Aye.
So I had to walk, so I walked the camper down onto the Kingsway, onto the road, chaining my boot on, all the way up to Dens Park. There's people stopping their motor, beeping the horn, they're like, you're fucking shite, McManus, you're shite. You know what, I had the Dundee United fans. But anyway, they're giving me abuse, right? And I walked all the way back, so I get in big Laura. Laura worked at Didier, I don't know if she was there when you were there. Great woman. So she said, what are you doing back early? It was half 11. I says, Duff told me to come back and all that. She went, oh no, you've not upset him, have you? And I went, aye. So I was shiting myself. So anyway, at 12:30, all the boys come in, I can hear them walking in, and I'm sitting in the dressing room myself. And big Lee Wilkinat comes in and goes, Duff is fucking fuming, by the way, he's fucking raging. I'd just hide if I was you. And big Bobby Man, no, that's like, he's in some mood. So Duffy comes into the dressing room and says, Tam, in my office. So honestly, I'm fucking terrified, right? Because I didn't even get a chance to sit down. He grabs me. Grabs me up against the wall, right? Colours drained out my face. He says, you ever tell me to fuck off again, and I'll rip your fucking tongue out. Right? And then the other time with Duffy, you were at the game, Dundee against Dundee United, when I get sent off in the last minute for Lehrer and Barry Robson. We're getting beat 2-1, the corner flag. Barry elbowed me and I just had the red mist and I just fucking wiped him out. We were getting beat 2-1 right in front of the Dundee United fans. And I got a red card. So I was suspended for 3 games and we were in a relegation battle. And Duffy came in after the game and never said anything about the game, just come up with me again. Started calling me a shite bag, a coward. A shite bag, it's a shite bag tackle, you're a coward and all this, and slaughtered me for about 20 minutes. But Duffy was, I like Duff. We get relegated that season, but we would go to Easter Road and Tynecastle and Celtic Park, we'd play 3 up front. It would be me, Stevie Lovell and Fabian Gabriero. And he was very, very attacking. Jim Duffy. Mark Fotheringham was there, Barry Smith was there. We were pretty good going forward, but we were very attacking. But Jim was one of the best managers I worked with. I thought he was straight to die. See if he played well, he'd come in and say, you were brilliant today. If he didn't, he would slaughter you. But I like managers. I didn't like managers who, if you played shite, would just come in and go, you were shite, and if you played well, wouldn't say anything. You've got to have it both ways, I think, as a manager. That's all
he was a manager at Falkirk when he was 29. You know what I mean?
Jim Duffy was manager.
Aye, he was very clever coach.
Really good.
Coach.
I'm not just saying because he's my pal, but he was excellent. You know what I mean? And but he was hard as nails. He was a player, Duffy, wasn't he? He won the sports writers, no writers, the players player with Morton in the Premier League.
They got relegated that year, didn't they?
Sorry, Duff.
Aye. I also remember him. He came in at Hibs, and that was my first season, 1997. I don't know if did you come in at the start of that season, Chick? So you'd have been there doing pre-season at Arthur's Seat, up the stairs, up the steps at Arthur's Seat. So Jim Duffy came in the morning. My very first day at Hibs as a young boy, right? I'm in, my job's a kit and all that, so I'm all hyper, 16-year-old. So Jim Duffy comes in and into the away dressing room where we get changed, the young boys. He says, who's the fastest in here? So they're all fucking pointing at me, going, me Tam's fucking lightning, right, you come with me. So he's in the motor, this is at 9 o'clock before you come in at 10. He says, get in the motor and all that. So I'm talking away to him, he says, where are you from? I'm from Blonde. Like, I'm from Mary Hall and all that. So I'm chatting away to him, brilliant. This is the manager at Hibs, I'm a fucking young boy. So he gets to the boatmeaday steps at Arthur's Seat, right? He says, right, Tam, I want you to run as fast as you can to the top of these steps and come back. And that's us. We'll go back to the gun. He's timing it for the time for yours, right? Aye. So he goes, right, go. So I'm busy as fuck. I'm thinking, this is the manager at Hibs, right? I'm fucking batter up these stairs, back down, right? That'll do it. 58 seconds, well done, wee man in the motor. So all the first team go up, and that's the first day's training, is running up and down these stairs, but you got to do it 10 times, right? So Duffy says, right, boys, to him, Yogi, big Yogi shoes, Pat McGinley and all that, all experienced guys. Right, you've got 58 seconds to get up and back, right? So...
And that's based on your time?
Based on, nobody knows this. Nobody knows this.
Every bit of energy you had to impress him. So I start running, first 3 or 4, and they bother up and down. Right, comes to 5 or 6. Big Sean Dennis, and they're all blowing at the hole. Big Yogi's like, the fuck says he get these times for and all that, right? And I'm sitting thinking, you'll no shot me, right?
Aye.
So it gets to about 7 or 8, and they're fucking big Barry Lavetti's getting pushed up and all that. He can't, right? Fucking can't move. So about 2 to go, Yogi's last is a joke, Gaffer. I'm moaning him, fucking, where do you get fucking times for? And Jim Duffy's turned to him. He Tam can do this morning, 58 seconds, fucking fresh as a daisy up and down. So if he can do it, you can fucking do it. So that day, I think Big Yogi got me in the home dressing room and fucking battered hell at me. But that was
Big Barry Lavetti, right?
So Arthur's Seat, remember Duffy dragging him with
he was actually, what was your a mile behind.
Aye.
And he's pulling
Team
him
Duff.
up, and he's walking. But
Tagged him with the
He's a
collar.
player, by the way.
by the way, and he was sharp.
Wasn't it fast?
He was sharp, Scott. He was sharp, no,
Aye.
but Duff put him on a diet, right? It was before we had Duff put him on a diet, right? So Duff phones up. Right, he phoned his house for something, right? He should put him on this diet for 2 weeks. So he phoned his house, Mrs. Levetti's answered the phone. To speak to Barry. He said, "Oh, Jimmy's just away at McDonald's." Duff got him in the morning. Just away at McDonald's.
Barry was a great player, but I always vividly remember because we used to do on our first seat. There was a hill, a side of a hill, and there was like a stream. We used to run up beside the stream, and Barry chucked it. Barry just
That's right.
chucked it, just laid down.
Aye.
And Duffy's gone, "Basher, fucking move!"
type of
And he went down. Aye, but I remember he went down. Duffy
And dragging
dragged
him.
him.
That's right.
Dragged him with a collar. I was a young boy at 16 going.
There was no structure to pre-season. It
done-
was just in you get, put your trainers on,
Aye.
we're away for a 10-mile run.
Dragged him up.
See, even like Lambie, he didn't let us. He wouldn't let us get water. Honestly,
Aye, but I remember there was a time where too much water wasn't good for you. Remember
he
that?
was
For a wee bit.
before he wouldn't let us get any water, and he wouldn't let us put tracky bottoms on in the winter.
Wee Bertie signed a boy for East Fife pre-season, and with first day's training we went up to Calder Kilt, and it was 440s and 880s, and this boy was in every group, you know, and he was a flying machine.
Aye.
On it, he was 10, 15 yards ahead of everybody at the 440s, everybody at 880s. He was every day, different day. He was further and further ahead. And you sign, you know, you're trying to blend in with the boys. You're trying. He was just going the opposite way. Everybody hated him. And it came to Saturday, and we had a wee bounce game. Boy wasn't a player at all. He was for an athletic club. He just brought him in for pre-season.
My first pre-season, I got back the night. I went. It was like my last family holiday with my mum and dad. Get back that night, and then was in for pre-season. I must have thought I was just going up. They asked me to sign a professional contract. I said, "I'm just going in to play football tomorrow."
Aye.
Camperdown Park, as you said, first day, twice round Camperdown Park.
Big area.
On the second run, I literally crawled past leaving, like cramp every part of my body. I thought it was going to be a normal training session. 2 weeks we didn't see the ball because we were in for.
Aye.
2 weeks, really hard.
That was always, obviously you were the same chick and you were the same Ruffy. That was the first couple of weeks. You never seen a ball.
No, but the gaffer introduced tyres before it.
Well, that
Yeah.
tiny attire.
But he got a big rope, right? About,
What, and then you're doing the sprints with it?
aye, but he just made it up himself before it actually came out, Ruffy. No, he got a big rope, a 12-foot rope with a tyre, put it around your neck, and you run along the dash it for a hole, right? On it. And the tyre's bouncing at your back, Scott, and it's bouncing, right? I used to stand in there and burn people, right? But he just,
It was a big
aye.
tyres. No,
Aye, but big-
I know exactly
Yeah,
the ones you're
like-
talking.
yeah.
The ones you get in the gym, you're hitting with a sledgehammer
Aye.
thing. Aye.
Yeah, but and you're running right, and it's bouncing off your ankle. And all that. It's meant he just come up with head. And then there was another one. We're training him up in Rockhill Park again, right? And we're up that hill. Dean Dog is up and down the hill, and he's standing down the boat in it. He's got a 6-iron, right? He's golf pose there, and he's hanging up. And we're ducked. He said, "Oh, nearly got you there." And he kept him in the Premier League. I'm hanging on. I mean, he kept him up all the years. It was
I think I remember Bobby Williamson coming in as a manager of Hibs and we just ran. And he left and Tony Mowbray came in as a manager of Hibs. So first couple of days in training, you're thinking, right, he's going to come in and run
It was, it was the thought when it...
Right, it was a thought. Tony Mowbray, everything was done with the ball.
Was that the first time?
First time I'd ever done it in my career, I would be maybe 23 or 24. Tony Mowbray came in and he says, right, we're doing 100-metre runs. You know, he says, but we're doing it with the ball. And you would do all these different types of runs, fartlek runs, everything with the ball. And you would play 4v4 games in a big
area?
park.
Aye, we've done
and
that
you
one.
couldn't drop a runner. You couldn't.
That's hard.
It was hard as anything, really, but it got you fit and you didn't think you were doing it.
Because the ball was
And you didn't because you were playing with the ball. And that was the first experience I'd had with a manager who got you fit with the ball rather than just running
Did
you.
you ever do that thing that managers used to do pre-season, that, what was it called, increasing demand or something?
Aye, torture, Ruffy, right?
What's that?
You'd have cones.
Eight stages or something.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Aye.
6 stages. You would jog to the first one,
And then-
sprint to the first one,
Then sprint
jog
the next
all the way down, get the second one,
the second one,
and then the fourth.
Then go down the way.
Aye, I've done that.
Torture.
Or the coffin runs round the park.
So what's that? Down then diagonal?
Aye, a diagonal
Aye,
sprint and
diagonal.
jog and then diagonal. Aye, they were a killer and all. But
A good manager used to put somebody in your group that was a flying machine. You just get pelters for you.
I remember when McLeish was a manager at Hibs and Didier Agathe came in trial with Hibs. and he was hopeless. Right, seeing the
It
games.
was, aye, I heard that.
Hopeless, right. We done boxes and all that, and I was just coming through, and he came in as a striker, so I was wanting him.
You
to
can't judge people.
I know, but I was wanting him to be shite because he was going to take my place. So anyway, he's big Afro no sign him. So.
You seen what you thought about Anthony Stokes when he came to Falkirk as well, wasn't it?
He was brilliant. Stokes was brilliant. So anyway, we did 100 metre run, and I was quick. So anyway, McLeish put me and him in the last group, just me and Didier.
Just the two.
Two E's, right, and McLeish was baiting me, going, he's in to take your spot and all that, he's in to take your spot, Tam, don't let him beat you and all that, and I burst my arse, right, but we were doing 6 or 7, and see the first 3 or 4, it was kind of neck and neck, and then I just blew a gasket, ended up spewing at the side, in a bush at the side, right, but Didier Agathe was a great example of a player who couldn't play in a small area, but he put him in a big part. Put him in a big part, and he played for Hibs. He played 2 games. McLeish wasn't sure, but I think he gave him a 3-month contract. In the first 3 games, he ran amok against Dundee United. He scored 2, then he scored 2 against Dundee, and Celtic signed him for 50 grand because he'd only signed 3 months.
Did he play up front for Hibs?
He played through the middle. He's a striker. He's a striker for Hibs.
Celtic,
No, and then Martin O'Neill's seen him as a wing back and played him at wing back. But
He was brilliant with Celtic.
pound for pound, probably one of the best signings Celtic have made.
He was brilliant with Celtic. I knew loved him.
But the footballer in you, the purest.
He's done wee boxes and small-sided games, and you think yourself, he's brilliant. And then he got in a big part. He stuck a ball behind. He was brilliant. Chick, is it true that you battered one of your own players? Or punched one of your own players?
That was
Is this a rumour? Is this true?
No, it's embarrassing. Well, we're playing.
Is there an interview in it?
Dundee were playing. Cowboys just took over. Duffy just left to go to Hibs. We're playing St Johnstone up at McDermott Park. So Robbie Rayside, a lovely big guy, you know what I mean?
Played him at Dundee.
Smashing big guy, wouldn't he say, you know what I mean? So he's caused the first goal, I equalised. He caused the second goal, and I've been up and shouted something, and I slapped him, and I get sent off. Right?
Is he in the team?
Aye. So I get sent off. So I'm in it at half time, and the Cowboys going to go mental, so he came in, and then that's how I left Dundee. I ended up going as Cowboy, and then Duff came, but again, it was embarrassing and all, because Robbie was lovely, you know what I mean?
Aye.
He was stupid. Fucking nightmare.
Impulsive.
But again, Robbie was, you know what I mean, he was a lovely big guy, but
Take the moment sometimes.
but again,
Right, Chick, best player you've played with to start. Who's the best player you played with in your career?
McAvenny. I played with McAvenny as a young boy. McAvenny was different class. No,
Was that St Mum?
So the first time I was there, I was a young boy, and played there.
You pally with Frank?
I used to travel with I used to travel with him.
Mountain boy.
Aye, him and Frank McDougall.
Aye.
McDougall.
Threesome,
That was the thing.
Frank McDougall, Frank McAvenny and
I use that at the dinners, right? I use that at the dinners. I says, they used to pick me up at Postal, right? Frank McDougall, they were the first team, and I thought it was Jack Allan, a young boy and all that, right? So, McDougall and McAvenny, the two of them smoked all the way through, Scott, right? They smoked about 5 fags before they went to training and all that, right? And so...
Still blows my head, that stuff.
But they two were my mentors, right? I said, which hands did I have? I said, one was an alcoholic, the other one was a drug addict, and I said, I ended up both. No, but they two were brilliant, you know what I mean? But I actually, when you're travelling, when you think you're Jack Allan and all that, and then when I got into the first team after a couple of months, right, one game against Hibs, funny enough, and I was playing. So I thought it was Jack Allan, and then Ricky McFarlane was the manager. Then Alec Muller came and took her, and Alec needed
you only had to play with.
No, everybody here talked. He was a good coach, and that, but Alec wanted to bring more professionalism into the club, like young boys, Davie terraces and the boots and all that. So me travelling with A2, right? So he said to his, Charnley, you're doing the boots on Wednesday, right? So McDougall and Macker's passing their shoes in the back of me in the motor, get practice and all that. So I was up to high door. So then my turn, Charnley, you're doing the boots. And I said, I'm not doing the boots, you're doing the boots. And I humped with a boot, right?
Alec Muller?
I humped with a boot. And then that was me, I went away to air. But honestly, God, that was my first. I went there.
Was that your way of forcing a move?
But no, see, that's another thing I used to do. I mean, it's crazy. See, obviously, it was detrimental to my career. But remember, you used to roughly they could hold you to your contract. See, they give you £300 a week and 10 grand signed on. 3-year contract. See if they offered you that when your contract was up, they had to offer you the same terms, Scott. You know what I mean? Before Bosman, they had to offer you the same terms. But I used to go, see if I cause it. You know what I mean? I caused it, I got a free, and I got another sign-on fee. It was bonkers. You know what I mean? It was bonkers. And I used to do it regular. No, that's amazing. And it was mental. You know what I mean? It made her think about it. And it was ridiculous.
Best player you played against?
Paul McStay, I say that. And it's not just because I'm Celtic, you know what I mean? McStay was sensational. He was hard, he could score, he did everything. You know what I mean? He should have left Celtic, you know what I mean, years before, and it's...
Did he give you the biggest problems in games and that?
He was just so good, you know what I mean? He was just...
Running power.
But he done a wee turn and all that, and you knew he was doing it, he still done it, and you're dizzy. I'll tell you a quick story. We were playing Clydebank, or playing Rangers, right? So Mark Walters, remember Mark Walters? He was so skillful, right? So remember he used to do that wee leftover right over it, right? So our left back, Mark Traynor, he was the left back, I was left mid at this time. We're playing Rangers at Ibrox. Well, like Blackadder with a cunning plan. He said, you show him inside, I'll show him outside. He's getting it, right? So we thought. So we goes out to start the game. The ref blows the whistle, the ball gets switched to Walters in the right wing. He comes up to me and Traynor, does his wee shimmy, me and him bang teeds. He goes up the line. He goes up the line, crosses, and somebody headed it in. 16 seconds. Quickest goal in Scottish football. He says, Traynor said, what happened? I said, what happened? You stuck hitting me. 16 seconds. But he was unbelievable. I remember he'd done one. Remember Shuggy Burns? He'd done it. You remember that, Ruffy? Shuggy was at Hearts and the ball got kicked for the keeper, right? And Burns is behind him and he just turned right and just done a wee swerve. And Shuggy Burns went ruffled circle and fell. But he was unbelievable. But that was the one with me and him.
Gaza, you played against him?
Played against Gaza, brilliant, so strong and used his arms, you know what I mean? He was world class, you know what I mean? Gascoigne, Loudrop, and Souness, that's another story. We're playing Clydebank again, playing Rangers at Ibrox. We've been to 4-0 at half time. Only 2 subs at the time. Who was the 2 subs? Davie Cooper and Graeme Souness. Wow. They took him on. For me, it's 5, you know what I mean? But that was the standard player.
That's what I'm saying. So see, when you are going to need to use honestly, I know we don't always say it, but you just need to keep your score.
You did, because, and again, somebody were on 20 grand a week away back then. No, that makes any difference, but the standard there, they had DeCanio, Van Hooydonk, you know what I mean? The players, Rangers, Loudrop playing against, you know what I mean?
Did you play in the 4-3 game for Hibs against Rangers?
Well, we played that. We were top of the league again, sure.
We
were beating 3-1. We're beating 3-1.
That's right.
Levett scored Crawford, but Rangers, see if you watch that, the goals they scored in that. Gaza scored an absolute belter. Albert scored a screamer. And we're beating 3-1 at half time, they beat us 4-3. But they were some team.
It was a great Rangers team, I know. What do you miss most about playing?
Probably we used to in the dressing room. I mean, the dressing room, you can't beat it, and the things you got up to and all that. No, like Ruffy.
Do you miss the dressing room as well, Ruffy? What do you miss about playing?
I think I said that last week. Everybody talks about the game on the Saturday's a highlight. It's not really. It's Monday to Friday. It's Monday to Friday when you're driving in, and you know the guys your pals are there, and you're going in to meet them, have a carry on. And
Ruffy, see when we were at Thistle, I seen a Monday about 12 he's went out. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Went to the pub on the Monday and all that. But
training on a Tuesday,
aye. Know what I mean? Seriously.
Monday club.
It was mental, know what I mean?
See, when you were at Hibs, did you drive from Glasgow on a match day?
we had train tickets, we had quarterly tickets.
Even on a match day?
We drove.
Did you drive?
I drove an hour.
See, I used to love the drive to Easter Road for Glasgow on a match day, down that.
You down Ferry Road and along that way, and then
I miss things like that, but playing at Hibs, like, I know it's a Saturday, we'll talk about Monday to Friday, but I don't know, you had your own wee routines.
I was the same. I thought Monday to Friday was the best part. I thought the Saturday was when you had to perform. It was when you were under pressure, and it felt real. I did when I was older.
When we were at
strangely, I didn't when I was younger.
When we were at Thistle, we used to go in on a Friday morning, and we used to train for an hour, just an hour. We finish at 11 o'clock. We'd all go down to Jack and Ellie's.
Aye, don't they?
We'd have like rolls and bacon and onion and Knickerbocker Glories. This is a Friday after.
When we done pre-season at St Mirren and that, we used to get rolls and with McAvaney, we'd go rolls and chips and all that. You know what I mean? But Bertie all, the stories with Bertie was brilliant. And loved it. Ruffy knows him, I know, but some of the things. Rod Stewart was off for a concert, right? Rod Stewart was off for a concert, and Jinky's disease was just kicking it. Well, it was kicking in, so Bertie's got there. Rod Stewart wanted to go out to see Jinky at his house. So Jinky decided to phone a block. So they go there, Rod Stewart, the driver. So they've chapped the wee woman next door to Jinky's instead of Jinky's door. So this wee woman's opened the door, sees Rod Stewart story with a driver, went, oh, and he says, is Jinky there? She said, no, Jinky's next door. So they goes in, relates the story to Big Aggie and Jinky and Bertie. So they're laughing like anything, right? They're laughing. Big Aggie says, do us a favour, Rod, go to go and say hello to wee Mary on the way out, right? She said, aye, okay. So they go in and says to the wee woman, like, I thought it was on that surprise. I said, I was waiting for Silver Black. But Bertie was sensational enough, wasn't he?
Oh,
Bertie, I was everywhere with him and I. Brilliant.
My favourite one with Bertie is that I won McKinley's Player of the Month or something like that. You get a big
Whiskey.
gallon of whiskey and a cheque, and the presentation was at a hotel in the town. And he says to me, right son, he said, you just go down and have a lunch. Just enjoy yourself. You're Player of the Month, you get the cheque, listen, there'll be a lot of drink involved. But you just go for it because you've deserved it, you know. I'm battering it for like 1 o'clock, and then 5 o'clock, boy comes up to me and he goes, somebody on the phone for you. Who's that? He goes, I think it's Bertie Auld. It's the phone. He goes, how you doing, son? I said, I'm all right, boss, I'm fine, aye. You know the training's on tonight, don't you? I says, are you having a laugh? You just get your ass up here. I was steaming on. People had to tie the laces in my boots and everything. And he loved it. He just loved it.
Yeah. Me and Bertie get inducted in the Hall of Fame the same night, right? Danny Lennon, me, Bertie and Danny Lennon get inducted in the Thistle Hall of Fame, right? So I'm sitting with Bertie and his pal Phil. And so we're sitting, so anyway, the thing's going on and Bertie's done his bit and I've done my bit, Danny's done his bit. So we're going out at the end of the night. So he goes down the stair and there's a guy standing with about 20 bottles of whiskey, and on the label was to commemorate the beating Celtic in the cup final, League Cup final, right? And about 50 minutes or so, this guy says to me, check what a bottle of whiskey. I say, I don't drink whiskey. He says, take a bottle. I say, I don't drink whiskey. He says, take a bottle. I said, I'll take it from my wee ma. So I takes the bottle, he done that, 28 quid. So I gives him it and I goes outside to my car, right? And Bertie's all there. He's got a bottle, roughly. Bertie's got a bottle. So he's with his pal Phil. So I said, Bert, do you pay 28 quid for that? He came away storming on. Did I pay 28 quid for that? I fucking bought Dougie something for 50 quid. Oh, he was brilliant. I miss him. He was superb, so he was.
Finally, Chic, it's been a great chat. How would you like to be remembered as a player?
I don't know, it's for other people to hang me. But I just, there was nothing better when you were on your game, not meaning you were running things, not dictating things and all that. But just I'll tell one more quick story about Thistle again. It was, I used to go out in the warm-up, I was always ready right away. I go out and play with the ball boys and do this and that. And I used to get complimented, like ask a rest for them to get them to punters outside, right? So I goes out one time, outside for Hull, 2:10. So I've got this bundle of tickets. The boys didn't want or the ref didn't want. So see these 4 wee guys standing, right? This wee guy goes, Chic, you his uncle, right? This wee guy standing, oh, please say aye, right? And I went, aye. I said, I am his uncle. How many tickets you want? He says 4. So I gives him 4. He done that to his wee pals. Fucking told you. Said the wee guy, no, I know his dad. All that. I see him in the news still in post. He calls me Uncle Chic. But see if I say no, he gets destroyed. Brilliant.
Super. Listen, it's been great. Sat here all day and chatted. It's been a great chat today. Thanks for coming in, Chic. That's all we have time for today. Thanks obviously to Ruffy, Scott and Chic Charnley, our special guest. Thanks for watching and please subscribe to the PLZ YouTube channel.